All right, yes, all right, are you Ela St. Clair?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. St. Clair, you were previously in court in clause numbers 23 DCCR 2044 and 23 DCCR 2117. Entered pleas of guilty in each of those cases. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone received that report?
The defense has, Your Honor.
State has your.
Are there any additions or
I
corrections?
think we need to correct some stuff, Your Honor, if we can swear him in and let me ask him some questions.
Raise your right hand the best you can. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
Yes,
truth?
ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Ms. St. Clair, in your PSI, you stated that when you were doing your interview, you stated that you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that being there and participating in this is the same thing as committing the crime, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you did commit the crime.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you also said somebody said you did something you didn't. You're talking about you weren't the one planning this, organizing this,
Yes.
but you were involved in it.
Yes, sir. I was in
Okay.
court.
And as far as the thing about just taking probation just to be out of jail, is that you took probation because you don't want to go to prison, correct?
Yes, sir. I don't want to go to prison.
Okay, all right, and you understand that's the options are go to prison, take probation, or go to trial, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you thought taking probation was the best option.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you are guilty of this, and you did do this.
Yes, sir, I did.
At least you participated in this, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Anything?
No.
So, Mr. St. Clair, obviously, we've had numerous conversations here about
Mhm.
kind of the, a few things. One, the opportunity that you're being given
Yes, ma'am.
with these probations, and also with what's going to happen and the jail disciplinary and following the rules and things like that.
Yes, ma'am.
One thing I can say, and I'm pleasantly surprised, is that you haven't had a jail incident report since we had our last really serious conversation about that.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I appreciate and hope that maybe you have grown up some and will continue to do that so that you can be successful and live a whole different life than what you've been doing.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll go over some conditions and some more instructions in a minute. But first, I'm going to find in each of your cases that you entered your pleas of guilty freely and voluntarily.
Yes, ma'am.
Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, in clause number 23, DCCR 2044, I'm going to follow the agreement and defer all proceedings, place you on probation for 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
You're ordered to pay the $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. And I'm going to go over some specific things that are going to apply in both of your cases in just a minute. And clause number 23, DCCR 2117, also find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, but I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
You're ordered to pay the $1,000 fine in that case and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. One of those conditions is going to be in each case that you enter and successfully complete the cognitive track of the ISF program. And that's just a program that is intended to help you to make better decisions, to not be around the wrong people, to not be part of the lifestyle that you've been living. Otherwise, you're going to end up in prison for a long time. You'll be on the high medium caseload in each of those cases until probation finds otherwise after you've been on probation for a while. That means you'll have to report more. They're going to keep a better eye on you.
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to have to get your GED if you haven't graduated from high school. You're going to have to get a job and do all of those things. And they're there to help you do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you're feeling like you can't do something or you're struggling or you don't have support at home, probation's there to help you. They're not trying to trip you up. Nobody wants you to spend potentially the rest of your life in prison, but that is going to be 100% up to you at this point. You're going to have to ask for the help and make that change and grow up and be more mature at a younger age. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The last thing is that a condition of your probation is that you do not get any incident reports in our jail or in ISF.
Yes, ma'am.
That will be a violation of your probation. And you're going to, if you do that, you'll be back in court before you ever get out and see the light of day again. And you could be looking in each of these cases at a minimum punishment of 5 years up to the rest of your life in prison.
Yes, ma'am.
And based on the nature of these offenses, it's not going to be y'all coming in here and arguing for some 2, 3, 5, or 5, 6, 7 year sentence.
This right here is the turning point. The judge is basically saying, yes, you're guilty, but I'm giving you a chance. In legal terms, this is a deferred adjudication, meaning no conviction on record yet, but make one wrong move.
A chance.
Disappears instantly. Question for you. Do you think probation like this actually helps people change, or just delays the inevitable lions?
sentence. I'm sure Ms. Malvina is going to come in here and ask for something huge. It depends on what happens. I can't prejudge it, but I'm telling you right now, you better not get in trouble, because that's the one thing that you've been doing that's been extremely frustrating to me. So you've learned how to do it. Whatever you're doing, you're staying away from the riffraff out there, and I appreciate that. Continue that. Do what you're supposed to, and you'll be able to change your life and be hopefully a success story.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
A condition of your probation also, excuse me, in each of your cases, you are not allowed to possess a firearm at all. That means obviously you personally possess one. You can't be in a car with someone else that has one. You can't be in a house with someone else that has one. Somebody has one, you're out of there. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm handing you the trial court certification in each of your cases that shows that these were agreements that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. Again, keep doing what you're doing. I'm really hope that you have, I'm impressed that I haven't gotten another incident report. And so I want to acknowledge that and tell you that I know that takes a lot out there, and I appreciate it. Continue that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
Judge,
ma'am.
if I may, would the court consider continuing the admonishment that you'd given him previously about no contact with Jerron Crane or any of the other participants? I do not know who they are. He knows who they are. He knows who he was hanging around with
Sure.
from his high school class.
So
Just so that he's
obviously
not
you're
around
not
Crane.
you're not going to hang around Jaron Crane because we know him, but there were others that were involved. You need to, and you're going to learn at ISF that when you come back out of ISF and you're on probation, that you've got to put yourself in different situations around different people.
Thank you, ma'am.
Get a job, go to school, whatever it is, go do that, go home. You know, the hanging out, if you're caught doing that with people that are also in trouble, then you're just going to be right back in here with a violation.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right, you go back with the bailiff.
Thank you, Judge. We can hold you.
And that's the reality check to end it. This wasn't just a warning, it was a roadmap. Stay clean, change your circle, build a life, or lose everything. The judge didn't just hand down probation, she handed him responsibility. Now the real question is, when someone gets this kind of second chance, what actually determines whether they succeed? We'll end up right back in that courtroom.